اليوم محاضرتنا تحت إشراف طبعا دائما رئيس الجهاز ميهاي بلجيكي من أصل روماني، راح يتكلم عن المهارات وأثرها في المباريات المصغرة أو العكس، ونأمل إن شاء الله أنه هو يقدم الجديد والكل نأمل الاستفادة وفقا للتنظيم. والله يعطيكم الصحة والعافية. تفضل أخوي عماد.
السلام عليكم كباتن. ان شاء الله نبدا نواصل المحاضرات بتاعنا، بس التفكير بس نحاول المروات بس المحاضر بس يكون موجود. بعدين المحاضره بتدوم ساعه وربع ان شاء الله، وبعدين نص ساعه للسؤالات، ونحاول يكون السؤالات بتاعنا بسيطه باش نحاول نشاركوا اكثر عدد ممكن، خاطر الارتباط بتاعه معنا باش يكون ساعتين بس. كوتش ميهاي. Coach Mihai, you can introduce yourself and you are welcome.
Coach Mihai, open the mic on the left down.
I apologize. Okay, good afternoon. My name is Mihai cojocaro. For the most of you, you have met me in February in Doha. I live in Belgium for the last 35 years. I'm original from Romania, where I was a professional football player. And on the end, I moved to Belgium, where I continue my football career. And after finish, I start to become a coach, develop myself. And the most of thing, what I did was to work together with Mr. Will Curver, who helped me in my formation way, you know. Now for today, I present technical training in the small size game. Will be a nice presentation. Maybe it will be interesting to see things, how I work, how I think. And I hope for you guys that you will get the feedbacks and you will get the questions. And we will see what is happen, how the interesting will be for you. Okay, so what I show you now, it's how the kids are working on the training sessions and how they are working at home, because it's important every day they will play with the ball and they will learn to master the ball. Now we will see the same kid in the real game situation, how he's putting in the practice all the abilities and all the skills in the real situation. You see that? He followed the way, he recognized the situation, and he mastered the ball maybe with 3-4 opponents. The most of coaches, they would tell us, okay, he's doing just one time. But now we will see again what has happened. He get the ball again, he look over the ball, he trying to find the space, and he find the good situation. Now we come back in our situation now on the youth football worldwide. We get a big problem because now our kids in our days, they have a lot of things to do like before. And if you look, the street football is disappeared totally everywhere. And the kids are things to do at home. And at clubs, most of coaches, they are putting like the physical preparation to become a mind training method. And also one big problem, what I saw also here in Belgium, sometimes you see the results, it's against development. And that I mean, it's a big problem. And my vision was to say, okay, now we need to stop everything and to try to go back to the basic and to say, okay, we try to help the kids and to give them the football back to them. And how I do that in my work is like try to put the street back in my practice. Maybe you will tell me, say, hey, how is possible to do that? No, it's possible if you know how you need to manage this thing. So if I look at Johan Cruyff, you say, okay, there is just one ball, and you must have this ball. And you have the ball, you need to know and to know what you need to do with the ball. Because if you don't have the ball, you run after the ball. If the opponent has the ball, you run after the ball. But if you have the ball and you keep the ball, the opponent will run after the ball. And then I will start my program, and I say, okay, I go to the basic, and I prepare it first the technical, the individual player, to master the ball in every situation. So then I'm looking from another thing, and I say, okay, we need to have the opponent, and the look to the opponent is like, from where is coming the opponent? So we get the opponent from different position, and in our program we say, okay, the opponent to attack from the front, and we have the side attack. The opponent is coming from the lateral part. We have the mixed training. We put all together. We have also the back attack. Opponent is coming from the back side. After that, say, okay, we have all the packages. Then we say, okay, we need to score, to learn to score. And for learn to score, we need to do everything. So, you know, shooting, heading, volleys, everything who help us to learn to score. Okay, we have all that. We know to beat the opponent in the front, everything from the side, everything from the backs, all put them together in different forms. We can score, but then you need to play games. So I put something very nice for the kids, because it's very important to get them fun, to give them joy, to love the game. And we start every 5 cycles of our program with Champions League. And the Champions League is very important because it's challenge. And the challenge is not from the coaches, what I tell you before, the results vs the development. Now we have the Champions League for the kids, and the kids will build like 1v1, 2v1, 3v3, 4v4, all the small size game they can do in this training. And we make the competition. We put all the ages together, like the 8, the 9, the 10, and 11, and you make maybe 2v2 or 3v3 from different ages, like before it was on street. So that I would explain to put the street back in our practice, to work with different groups and academies, and to mix them, to let them to play together, to know each other, and to play like before on street, because the younger players will learn from the older players, and the older players, they need to manage itself to know how I play against the younger players, because it's not so easy, you know. And okay, then we put also in the 7th point, we have more ball possession, when I put all the positional games. And on the end of our program of the periodization, we have the talent development, when I will pick the better players from the academy, and I will work maybe 1 time in the week separately with him. Maybe say, okay, I will prepare the weaker points. I say, okay, the heading is not so good, or the shooting is not so good, or the dribble 1v1 is not so good. From different angles and situation, I develop a practice from them, and I try to make them better. So I make a pop personal individual program. So the kids will know about that, and they will work at that, because they will have a target. And my target is to make everyone better after every session. Every practice is just to become better, not to train. It's just to become better. And I put for you here and some framework to see like how is looking one session. And one of my session is like warming up, how I call another way activation, because in warming up, what I want to do, if I let you run behind a horse, or floating run in a forest, you'll never have the feeling like we're training with the ball, for sure, for the youth. And that I calling activation. So in activation, we work with the basic technicals, and I make 2 phases from that. We have 1v1, opponent is coming from the front. I give example like introduction technique, and In the first one, I work isolate to them like different skills where they learn. And the first was the same, but he put little bit opponent, like can be maybe 50% opponent. And after that, we go in the first three, what is 1v1 duel. 1v1 duel will begin with active defender. And we can do that with the goals. We can do without goals. Depends our target and what you want to do in this session. And after these things, we put something very important, because they say, okay, we know all the skills, we can do that, but can we do that in the game? So we need to learn them and how to use it in the game. And from that, we build this like pre-game, they call it, and I will explain later what it's about that pre-game. And in the pre-game, we have the functional training with where the skills with different game situations. And the last one part of the training will be the game. So can we use a lot of small size games, and the same with bigger goals, with 2 goals, with 1 goal. Depends what you want to do in this training. So now we're going to let you see something like my framework, how it's looking for, and it's very important to know about it, because the warming up, it's making from different things. You see their framework. We have the ball feeling, we have the suppleness, we have the fast footwork, and we have the fast footwork advanced. Combination moves basic and combination move advanced. Like you start to give example, I would take the ball feeling are for the youngers from 5, 6, 7-year-old. Depends the motorical level. The suppleness are more difficult exercises, but still not so fast, still in quality work, still like left and right, rolling the ball, stopping the ball. Then we go with the fast footwork, then we start in the basic, I calling the 3 steps. It's about to learning how to get the rhythm. It's very important to get the rhythm on the movements. And then we have the fast foot advanced. It is more faster in movement. They are more complex exercises. And we get it to the end, the combination. You get the basic move, and they are on the place, left and right, and different. I built until 10 moves, and they need to learn step by step, one by one. And after that, they will put together to make a mix. And the last combination is more advanced, because they are more speed, like you see in the first clip video with the little boys. These more aggressive moves like the real games, see that? After we put all the dribblings and the fans together, we have like Messi inside cuts, outside cuts, all the fans of the Messi, and we have the Eto'o, the Suarez, the Laudrup move, inside, the Machos, inside, outside, the contra Machos, we touch the ball with inside, we make a step over and go to the left side. We have the Firmino, it's like do the Zidane, and you take with inside, you roll behind the back of the defender. You have the super roll Firmino, you're rolling the ball. We have the Ronaldo, the scissor and the cuts. You have the Rivellino, the step over, and the elastico move. The Ronaldinho, the step. See that we put also the names for the move, because it's very easy to understand for the kids, and it will be very easy to learn. And that is what I do to learn fast. The next one will be the stops, and here I put the same from the Messi, all the stops inside cut of the Messi. The Cruyff move, the Maradona, the half Zidane is calling the Hadji step on the ball. The Cristiano chop, the Zidane pull behind the leg. The Pirlo stop and go, and we have like that many. Also the turns will be the 90 degrees, the 45 degrees, like Messi turn inside around the world. Outside we have the V back, and the double behind, you see that. So Zidane roulette, the Xavi, that's inside, outside, is the fake pass of Xavi. The Iniesta turn, the Firmino turn, the Berbatov is like do the Zidane, and then you chop the ball over the feet of the defender. The Deco is the step over and defending. So like that, etiquette, we have a lot of skills of the weapons, that I call them. And the kids enjoy, because we get these names of the moves and they learn very fast. And now I'm going a little bit in the way of the small side game, because I was thinking last, okay, we do all the skills, but we need to be able to use this in our games. So like Rinus Michel tell us, it's in the simple and modified games, the players learn to be aware from improve and concentrate, to recognize the situation. The skills are very important for sure, but you need to be able and to need to be efficient and to react and to be able to beat the opponent in every second of the game. The practice will be 1 quarter skill training and another quarter up to those skills to handle this work and handle the situation of the game. Rinus Michel was former national coach and he was on the famous coach in Holland, and for sure is the FIFA coach of the century. Why we think the small side game are very important? Because we create many things to them. We can score many goals that you like in youth development. The kids enjoy, the kids have fun because we have the goal, and every practice must be with the goal, because otherwise it will be boring. Now, when you get the goal on your front, every kids want to score, and this is something amazing when they saw them on the pitch and they take the ball and they want to score. You know? Otherwise, you have more touches. And also, this is very important for the youth to learn with the ball, to master the ball. And, you know, important is that in the game, we'll have more decision making. And that I think it's one of important, because how fast they will take the decision, how fast they will find the right way and the right decision in this moment and in this real game. And other thing for myself is very important, because if you go to the big stadiums to look to the games, you like all the time to see the creativity of the player, to see how the player they think, how the player doing with the ball. And that is the nice things of the football that we love this game, because you know you pay the ticket to see action, to see something. If you look to the game, you see just defending or just kick and rush the ball, the game will be boring. So it's important in the kids' football that we implement this kind of development where the kids will have fun and the kids will love again the game. This is what I tell you before. We need to bring them back and to give them the football back to the kids. It's one of the important things. And no, it's the creativity. It will help you to learn things to do with the ball, not just in the training session, but also in the game. How long you are practicing with the ball, how many things you will learn, and your creativity will develop. Now we try to start from 1v1, because there we start, and through to 8v8, and to the end it's important to finish to 11-11, because that is about it, from 1v1 to 11-11. Each level will build. It's like start from 1v1. It's about me. It's about you and the ball, and you and the opponent. And you know, every stage here is like laying the groundwork for the next stage. So when you master very good the ball and you go to the next stage, you go 2v1 or 2v2, now you will be with a teammate. And after that, we build to the 3v3. It's like first sign the shape, and then you get a triangle. You know, it's very important that the kids learn how they stay in the pitch. And the 4v4 is a new shape, for sure will be the diamond. We learn now to go deeper and wider. And the same like in the 5v5, the field players only add an additional player in the center, like in diamond. And when the player from the mid and the player from the head of the diamond will change, you will get 2 diamonds in the same situation. So the kids will try to learn and to recognize these different situations, and will be very easy for them to, when they move to the next stage, they know already what they need to do. Then we go a little bit far and we go to 66. So now you can include also the goalkeepers. The same like in 7v7, the wingers are there, and we go 8v8. Beginning of the line play, the keeper, the back, the midfields. You know, the pitch get the color. You know, the little bit how they need to work and defend, to work together, and to the end they will go to 11-11. So it'll be much easier, because what you do in 4v4, you'll do the same in 11-11. Because if you look at Guardiola pitches, you'll find all the time small pitches where you play an overload like 3v2, we have 4v3, we have 2v1, 2v2, and on the wing, on the end of the wing, you will get all the time this 1v1 situation, while Guardiola try all the time to make. You see that that things make connection and make sense for the older ages, but it's important on the younger ages that we develop the kids and this kind of development. So my vision is like, I master the ball, I will master the opponent. If I don't master the ball, it will be very difficult in the pressure games, you know, because when the pressure will get constantly, you need to think fast, to take decision, and all the time the solution must and belongs all the time to the player. Players solve the problem with their skills, and we will get also this kind of positive competition. It's very important. And in this situation, we learn the distance, the angles, the timing. I tell you before, the timing is very important. But they start already in the warming up. They know about the timing. They know about how to use the ball. They know about how to turn the ball when I get the pressure from the front. They know all the things, how I master the ball when I will play against 2 opponents. So because we played those things in our practice before the games. As younger players, you are exposed to a variety of the games. So they learn the ideas and the master technique necessary to progress and the next level. Because all the time, when I work and when I train, I don't think just from today. I think for the next stage, next and again. So what is happening with this boy when you will move to the next coach? You see that? So for myself, it's very important to develop them. Then it will be easy for the next coach and for the coach from the first team. So when they get the product, the youth product will be a very good competitive player to be able to play in the first team. And my vision is that if I work in academy, from the younger to the older one, will be the same vision, the same line. And you'll get like Barcelona, of like Benfica, like Porto, the big academies in Europe, like Ajax. You get just one line, one pedigree. Everyone knows what they need to do when you go to the pitch. You'll see the character of the player. You know, that is very important. So from this, I put some essential things in my program here. It's like fast decision. Every single action will be completely different. Solution down belongs to the player. Play solving problems with their own skill. Right decisions, right decision, the right moment, and everything is coming from the creativity. Because if the player have the creativity, it will be easy to find all these ways. And what I did today for you here, I prepared many examples of my drills, what I use, and most of them are this kind of the small size games. And how I explained you before, I start from 1v1, and then I build step by step until I get them 4v4. So you see here in the first exercise, in the left side here, we get just simple 1v1. We give the line football up and down, and the coach with the ball. So the player in blue will ask the ball, will make the fake movement, will get free from the pressure, will get the ball from the coach, and he will try to beat the opponent in this small square when he need to score between these two lines here. So they will need to stop the ball. And also here you can make many progression, like say, okay, if you score, you get again the possession of the ball. They need to be challenged. If you score 2 goals, you will be the winner of the tournament. So many things like that is to challenge them. And another thing here on the right side, you will see other situation. You will get here 1v1, but we will see on the end of the line, there will be 2 players. The coach is playing you. You will get the ball, you will try to beat the opponent and to score here on the line. The next progression will be like, I will beat the opponent, but I can do like 3v1. I can play with my color, he can play me back. I can play with a deeper player to make 1-2 and stop the ball. And I can make double score to stop the ball here in the opponent area, to get the ball back, to play to my player, and then we can change the position. If the yellow get the ball, they will change. So you see that directly we can make different progression and different kind of game in this solution. The same, almost the same exercise, but now I introduce 2 goals. Here can be smaller goals. Sorry. Here can be smaller goals. The same situation. The coach play the ball. He gets free from the pressure. He tries to beat him, and he can score. We can make many progression. Like, okay, if I pass the middle line, I can turn and I can score both of goals. You see that? It will be very easy to give them many challenge in this kind of game. For sure, you must understand in every kind of this game, you have also players that are waiting. You can be maybe with 6 or maybe we can 8 players. They can do this kind of exercise because it's more intensive, and they have also time for rest, you know. Like here, you have different kind of exercise. On the right side, it's like 1v1 diagonal from the left and the right. The same situation. The blue player can start with the ball. He's driving until the mid. He play deep to the yellow one. He put pressure, and then he can start 1v1. Also, you can say, okay, the yellow player, he can make 1-2 with his yellow teammate, or also he can use the blue one to make 2v1 in this area. After 4 minutes, we can change. The yellow play the ball, and the blue will start as attacker and the yellow as defender. You can change also, if you like more intensity, we can change to play the ball from the coach. Also, you can say, okay, if the yellow will score the ball, he can get the second ball from the coach. So it will be again. So like that, you can manage and you can make many progression in this framework. So you must understand what I show you now is one of my frameworks, what I use to build this kind of technical training and small size game. They are not copyrighted things, it's just things what I use for many years and things what I try to manage and to bring in the practice. You see now what is happening, the same situation now on the left side. Now it's coming a neutral player. You get here 1v1 plus 1 neutral player. And you see, it's the same. The blue one is going out, he get the ball. Now it's his decision, what I tell you before. Now he can be maybe 2v1, he can play out, but also he can do us and he can go out and to play him inside to score. After that, the yellow will get the ball. Or you can say, I play the ball to the neutral player, and you can work a little bit cognitive, say, okay, the neutral player need to find the color to say, okay, play the yellow, play the blue. They need to be attentive and to be focused on the game to play on the right moment to the right player. And another one, you see that is the same like diagonal, but here we start also with neutral player, 1v1 with the neutral. Here you can do the same. You can have 2v1, you can have 3v1. You can use the outside player. You can use also the blue one. You can get after that the ball back from the coach. There are many situations. Depends how your creativity. What I tell you before, you expect to have the creative from our kids, but also we as coaches, we need to be creative with our practice and to be able to adapt every moment in the game. But important is also to get the freedom to our players to express and to see them how they are doing in every situation. Now I changed a little bit to say, okay, now I want to see like we have 1v1 on the fast attack. And in the beginning stage, I will start to play the ball because it's a little bit difficult exercise. And sometimes the kids, they are not understanding from the first, from the beginning. So now when I play the ball, the exercise will be not so fast. So I will play the ball, the red one is driving with the ball, he's scoring, and now he's turning, can get defend. The blue get the ball, and we'll have here 1v1 between the blue and the red one. And after that, every time they will change. The red is starting, the blue is starting, so they will change from position. If maybe after 4 or 5 minutes, if the exercise is doing very well, then we let them, the players start with the ball. They will give the for every player one ball, and they can start with the ball. They will have more intensity, will be more speed. And if the exercise is doing very well, you can make the challenge, say, okay, now we play the Champions League, we can score. We can put also the line here. They will say, if defender get the ball, they need to come back with the ball to the line. You see that? It's depend of you. It depends of your creativity, and it depends what you want to get, what you want to get from the practice. And the second one, we have 1v1 plus 2 players, the same like you see before. He get the ball, he make the fake move, and now we have 2 goals where he can score now. It'll be easy. And all the time he will get 1 defender, but also he can play him out by using one of the yellow. The same, if the yellow get the ball, need to score here on the line. So like that, they will have the points. Now I build a little bit more difficult, and it can be also using for the senior player or for the older players, because I work with the zone areas. So you have the zone 1 and zone 2. The coach is playing with the ball, and they get here 2v1 by making the overlapping. And when they make the overlapping, it's about now the decision of this player, because when the red will put the pressure, it depends the body language now. So if it's turned to this side, to the right side, and the defender will beat and will go to close this area, he can make the inside move like Romario, and he's going away. And after that, he will get 1v1 with this player. The defenders all the time will change. The same like attacker after 15 minutes will become here defender, and the red will become attacker. And the next exercise, the same, but we change a little bit to build here 1v1 and to make here in zone 2v1. So the same, it depends of you how you like to have this practice. You can be more creative than I am, and you can use many hints to develop better practice. Now we'll have the neutral player, and we play here inside the box. we get 1v1, and when the red player will play away, here is 1-2, and he can score in this free zone. You see, we give 2 free zone here. We put a blue player and we can put a red player. If the blue get the ball, we'll beat the red one, we'll play the blue here, and we can go to score. The same here, we get 2v1, and we put a neutral player between the lines. Here is the same, like I have the ball, what I need to do, because when I get the pressure, I can play him out, I can make the move, or if the red one will make the triangle, I can make 1-2, I move inside, and this player go here to create 2v1 in this zone. But also the yellow one, he can come back and he create 2v2. So when they get the ball in transition, they need to score very fast. Also for progression, you can put, okay, in the transition, we get the red one to play also with defenders, and they can score here, and it will be very easy. The same in this game, you will put like 1v1, a neutral zone, but now we have also 1v1 in the 2 free zones. So those 2 players, like I give example here, when the red will beat the blue, will try to play his own player, and he need to score here. So it will be the fight between these 2 players. The same, the blue one, when he get the ball, he will beat the red one. He will try to finish here, and this one can score there or there, depends. The same situation we get here, 2v2, it's a little bit free game. Just I start with playing from the coach, and now the neutral player get the ball. I say, okay, try to play the blue one. Blue will get the ball because they are staying free. You see directly the attack position because they are more wider. And you see the yellow one, they are more closer. And now the same, depends what you want to do. He play back. Also, the blue one have 2 solutions: to beat them with the move, to make the fake move and to play out, or to make the fake move and to play back to the red one. The same important is the body language of the defender. Also the body language and the fake moves, what for sure the attacker will use in this real situation. Now we get step by step closer by 3v3. So we get the 3v3, and they play here a neutral zone with 3v3. And in this kind of games, I can make many progression. I can say the example like 1-2 for the third. I play the third man, or if I try to 1-2 to play the infiltration pass between the lines. I can say you can score just with individual action to beat everyone and to go inside. I can say, okay, it's not free zone anymore, but when you beat them, one of the defenders can go inside the box. You see, there can be very many variations. Depends what I want to do. Also, I was forget to tell you, sometimes I'm playing with the pitches, the dimension of the pitches, the deepness. I can make the deep and smaller pitch. I can make wider and shorter pitch. Depends what I want to learn the kids and what I want to say. But like Johan Cruyff tell before, in the youth, I like to see just deep. Is he call all the time the wide for the deep all the time, because the kids need to attack, need to score, and need how to make deep. And after, when they understand the game much better, they will learn for sure to make wider. But if you use like that with the 4 goals, for sure they will learn and to score in different goals. Like these goals, also you can manage to say, okay, you can put some colors to the goal and say, okay, now you can score in the red one, you can say in the blue one. You see, they can use in many situations. And you have this one, this game. The same 2v2 now with we have here like get the ball from the coach, and he can choose which one you can play. You can play also the yellow, you can play also the blue. Depends what you want to ask him, and sometimes I like to see them thinking, and it's very important because in this kind of games, you see small area, they will get a full of pressure and constantly generally pressure. So they need to think fast, they need to decision. Because sometimes if I have a player who wants to dribble everyone, I can let him do because no problem. He need to think his decisions. Sometimes I give 100% freedom, and because I want to see them how they manage the situation, who is the smarter one, who is the skillful one. So you can find your players how they are in this kind of games. Because if I remember before on the streets, we didn't have the coach of someone to say give the ball out on. I want to play between the legs. I make the ball chip over. I do that because you see that is the nice of the game, and those kids need to have this kind of freedom and to learn. It's very important. Now we go the same here in 2v2, and what you see here, I put also the goalie. But also for the goalie, I can be one player, and I say, okay, you have the fly and the goalie. And if you ask me, hey, what is the fly and the goalie? So the flying goalie is like after every action, the last one we can stay in a goal. Or if you say after 2 minutes, another player can be in a goal. Like many clubs here in Belgium, until I think the age of 12, they play in different positions because they will learn very fast things. And when the time is ready, they will be able to play maybe 1 or 2 or 3 positions. It will be like freedom, and you will see it's very easy to learn them because they will get the freedom, and they will be able to learn to defend, learn to attack. For sure, the kids who are able to become a goalkeeper, why not? They will begin from the early stages to feel that say, okay, maybe I like to become goalkeeper, but also needs to play. You see that in these games, that is very important to let them play, because the days of today, if you have in our Zoom also goalkeeper coaches, they will say the goalkeepers needs to be able to play very good with your feet, to play inside, to play outside. Sometimes if you just kick and shot the ball, they will get in problems. So they need to stop the ball and to pass to the right to the free player. Or sometimes they need to get out of the pressure. So in this game, they will learn that, because you see that like this game here, 2v2, they play here in the box 2v2, and when the blue gets free, they will be 1v1 against the goalkeeper in the goalkeeper zone. We make some like free zone. The same here in the next exercise, we have 3v3 with neutral player. Here the same, you can put some utopics, or you can say, okay, now you get free and you can play free. Just find a way, create the overload, create more 1v1s, try to play out defender. You see that many things, try to play deep, make wide, go out the pressure. If you block, you go out, try to find a space. You see, there are many things that you can learn them, and I will tell you, they learn very fast. The kids are able to learn very fast. If you give them what they like, you give the ball, you give the score, and you give the streets. So if you give the 3 points, technical games and the freedom, they will learn a lot and they'll learn faster. The same here, you see that in one of the exercises, and I put here 1v1 with challenge. I say, okay, now we run to the inside, though we get free and we get the ball, and he can score maybe in just the yellow goal in the beginning. But after that, you say, okay, you have the freedom. You don't need to run just until here, but the first better reaction will give first the goal, and he need to score. But if you score in the blue goal back, you need to get over the line and you can back. So we can use also the turns. You see, if you're working on the opponent is coming from the side, you can use very good this exercise to see, okay, now you can score in this goal, but you can score in this goal. But for to score back in this goal, if you blow to get the ball, he need to cross the line, go over the border, come back, and you can score. But if you like to go again back, why not? If you want to go again goal, why not? So we give also the freedom to see them, but sometimes asking, okay, fast decision, think fast, score very fast. Can be. You can be like champion, you can make Champions League with that. You can get a lot of challenges. The first team will get something, small things, and the guys will be a lot. They will enjoy and will be happy. They are crazy about kind of games, you know. You see now, this also is very good for side tema, because I turned the goals, and what I did here also, I put players in the neutral zone on front of the goal. The blue gets out from the pressure, he get the ball from the coach, he beat maybe here the yellow, he play his blue teammate, and he can score here. Can be one of the progression, but I can say also, okay, now I make the freedom for these two, also for these two to move, also for this to move in this area. But I tell the blue one, if you get the ball, you can play to help you to beat the yellow, to play the yellow here, run here and get the ball there. Yellow can move here, but the yellow one is not possible to go inside. It's just the blue can go here and he will get the ball back. He can beat them, or he can play the teammates, he can score. After the score, the blue one change, the blue one go inside, the yellow one go out, the yellow one go inside. So like that you can change. The same exercise you can do with two players here in the box. It depends of you. For sure, you are more creative than I am. And if you get this framework, you can make maybe 1,000 exercises when you have time. Why not? This is little bit like I share things you need to take. But if you copy just what I did, I think it's not development enough for you. But if you take this framework and if you work it on, for sure you will find maybe 1,000 of progression. You can come with many new things that I didn't think before. Why not? It's just my work, and I share you and I tell you about it. It's not that these things will be the key for save the world, but it's just my work, and that I want to tell you. It's just I do every practice and I have good experience with them, and they help me a lot to develop the kids. Now I think it's almost on the end here, so we get here the free game 3v3. What I tell you before, and now they get the triangle. You see the triangle here. The blue team is the team who attack one. The red one, you see it's a smaller house, and it's very important to let them see and to explain them from the beginning of the game what you expect from them, and then you let them free. Sometimes you need to freeze and to have maybe little water break, and in this water break you can use to explain, okay, we have this action, maybe try to do like that, and you can see maybe much better performance. The same here, you see the 4v4, and I put here one neutral player. You see directly the yellow have the game. Why you see that? Because they are more wider. You see the blue team is staying in the smaller house, the smaller diamond, and we have here the neutral player who need to create a space. But if he's going outside and if he's going here on this side, you'll create here a new diamond. But if he's going in this side and this guy is open here, and this attacker, this one will go in here, we create the same a new diamond. So you see that in this kind of games, they will learn a lot of things, little bit also the tactical, but in my opinion is now the tactical. I don't go into too deep inside, but what I learned them is to find a space to get free, to find deepness, to find wideness. Don't play to play, and don't dribbling to dribbling. They are more very important things. I give example. If this player here will play directly here, this attacker will put directly pressure. But if he's waiting and he's put pressure there, he can play them out. The same in this area. Everywhere they need to know when I play and when I make the move is to find the right moment and right decision. That is for me very important. So now I get it now for our key points are so the creativity, what I tell you before, to have imagination, to know how I want to play, the freedom to think. Imagination is like I want to create. It's like I see the game, the freedom to expression, and the natural strong. I mean, not to be strong, the natural strong. I mean, like my quality, my talents. You see that? It is very important how I bring from myself to this game. And our work points will be all the same, the technical, because this is the fundament. If I don't master the ball, I don't master the opponent. I just kick and rush. The agility is quick play, you know, like all the time, like Xavi, Iniesta. They are not being faster players, but if you look at them, they are smart. They are small and smart. They are think fast. They need to do when they get pressure. And when I remember Xavi, when Messi was still in movement and he didn't find the space. Sometimes Xavi, he stopped the ball. He make behind the leg one move. He looking behind him. And the moment when Messi run away between the defenders, he'll give the chip ball or he play between the lines. And you see more this kind of work. It's very important to get free and to have a lot of repetition in our practice. You know? So our results, if I keep working like that, it's wow, how I do that is surviving in every situation. And that I tell you from the beginning of my presentation, the kids start to learn the ability with the ball. They get confidence, they get trust, they get passion, you know. And in the game, you saw the defender boy, the kids is staying behind. And from this position, he beat 4 opponents and he can score. You see that he was able to survive in every situation, and he get the ball. He had the ball and he beat the opponent and he scored because he wants to score all the time. And it doesn't matter he is defender, midfielder, or attacker. The kids need to learn to score, because when they get scared about that and you say, oh no, you are defender, you stay there, you just play the ball, so that will be very worse. So the kids will not develop. And what I need from them all the time, we need patience and we need ambition. So if you get motivated to work like that, the kids will drink water from your hands, because they will love what they're doing. They love every practice. They enjoy to work with you. They will love you to be your coach, and they will trust you, because if they trust you, they will be able to do everything for you. They will come every day with pleasure to the practice. And in my vision, this is my goal, to get the kids on the pitch with pleasure. I want to play like before on the street. And this is a little bit what I want to do, you know. So, and I forgot it's something what you need to understand, that every talent is different. And, you know, every kid has something special inside. And if you find it, in German language, they'll say you need to have spilling on the fingers. Yeah, you need to feel these things. And you know, in the youth development, we have different specialist coaches. Like You have the physical coach, you have goalkeeper coach. Sometimes you can find this skill coach or technical coach, and you have coach from every ages. But in my vision, and maybe also you have Guy Bakers in our courses, he can tell us, because he's teaching in the courses. We have him also in UEFA B, and when you go to the coaches courses, you are maybe with 20 or 25 people in the class, coaches, and you will see directly which one will be able, of which one will have the patient to be for longer time coach in the youth development. But also you have coaches, I say specialist coaches, will be able to work with the senior of older ages. It's the same, what I tell you now, every talent is different. It's not the same like for the kids, but it's the same for we as coaches. And I remember something when we make the courses UEFA B, we have Guy Bakers as teacher, and he tells something very, very interesting. What this thing is staying with me for many years now, because he tells something, okay, I can show you 1,000 PowerPoints, our presentation, but I think if I go every week with you guys on the pitch, we can learn a lot from each other. We can learn a lot on the pitch, because on the end of the day, this is about to work with the kids on the pitch and to try to make them better. And this thing is very important. This was a little bit my presentation. So this framework to try to improve, or to try to develop myself, of to try to build other things. Every coach is free to do what he like, and for sure, for me, it's important that every day when I'm going with the kids on the pitch, it's like I enjoy, and something like it's my life, my work life. I put in this job. I have the passion to make him better. Everyone, doesn't matter when I was in the United States. I tell you before, and when I was in February in Qatar, we talk about it in my seminars. I explain how the kids they are. Also in the United States, some kids they are scared. They need to get trust from the coach and to help him with the ball. But you see, when you give the ball, you give trust. When you help them to learn something, the kids will get a lot of trust, and they will get open to you. And I think it's very, 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 very important to have these things. So thank you very much for your attention. Maybe we can get more time now to get question and suggestion, maybe tips from you. I'm staying open, and I will try to answer everyone. And
thank you so much, Coach. Very, very interesting presentation. And we would check the question, and we will try to start. شباب السلام عليكم. كباتن الكابتن تركي أمير، إذا في سؤال مختصر، وإذا في إمكانية السؤال يكون بالإنجليزية وإلا بنترجم مع الكابتن بالإنجليزية. شكرا. الكابتن أمير، تركي أمير.
طيب السلام عليكم. هل صوتي بدأ يطلع كابتن؟ السلام عليكم.
How are you, my friend?
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. منور يا كابتن، منور. كباتن صوتي بدأ يطلع، مش عارف أنا الصوت موجود ولا مش موجود.
صوتك واضح يا كابتن، صوتك واضح.
كابتن أحمد لو سمحت سكر المايك. كابتن أحمد اغلق المايك من عندك لو سمحت. شكرا. كابتن تركي صوتك واضح، تفضل.
طيب السلام عليكم كباتن. في البداية شكرا لكم جميعا، شكرا للقائمين على المحاضرة. على شكل سريع حتى أتيح الفرصة لجميع الأخوان، عندي سؤالين. هو في البداية ذكر في تصميم الوحدة التدريبية إنه يبدأ بشكل تنشيطي كل لاعب بكرة، من ثم يصعب الأمر شوية شوية بجعل منافس سلبي أو المدافع بشكل 50%. وهذا هو كان يتحدث عن المراحل لأقل من 11 سنة، يعني من عمر 6 سنوات ل 11 سنة. فهل السؤال، هل الأمر هذا قد يؤثر لاحقا بشكل سلبي في مسألة الحالة الدفاعية وفي تعليم اللاعب على الجوانب الدفاعية؟ هذا السؤال الأول. السؤال الثاني ذكر في مرحلة تصعيب، في مرحلة من مراحل تصعيب المهارة وتنفيذ اللاعب للمهارة تحت صعوبات. هل من الممكن إنه نصعب الأمر هذا بالتحكم في المساحة، لأنه الآن كرة القدم كلها مساحات ضيقة ولعب تحت ضغط أكبر؟ فهل إذا عودنا العيال من الآن لعب تحت ضغوطات وصعوبات في المساحة، هل الأمر هذا قد يؤثر بالإيجاب؟ وشكرا لكم جميعا.
شكرا كابتن، شكرا. على طول بنترجم عشان نربح اختصر الوقت.
Mihai, die erste Frage von Captain Turkey. Hij sagt, ich habe beginnen von das Jahr tot 11 jaar 50% habt mit.
Ik hoor je niet goed. Ik hoor je niet goed, echt niet. Ik begrijp niet wat je zegt.
كابتن بكري خلي الصوت من عندك بس، قص الصوت من عند الكابتن عماد. ها
Hallo?
Ja, Mihai. Die erste Frage ist?
Ja?
Ja,
Maar
die eerste vraag
ik heb niet goed begrepen. Bakri, ik heb het niet goed begrepen. Ik heb de vraag niet goed begrepen. Dat was iets van 50%, maar meer heb ik niet begrepen.
Ja, die 50% alles die spelen kan techniek doen en die komt tegen hem, niet 100% tegen de bal, 50% tegen de bal. En dat is het. Niet is een beetje negatief voor de jongen, voor de kinderen, of positief?
Nee, luister goed. Kijk, alle kinderen gaan leren als wij...
Jij kan antwoord geven in Engels, geen probleem.
Alle kinderen gaan leren als wij de juiste methodiek hebben voor hun aan te leren.
Mihai, kan jij die antwoord geven in Engels?
Maar zeg nog ja, so will be very easy. Every child will learn the technical skills and the technical abilities if you find the right methodic to work with them. So sometimes we think that we have less players or worse players, or sometimes we get better players. So you need to find a way. First thing is to put them on the right level. It's very important. And to work from this ladder to develop together. For sure, one will be faster, better. Another one will take time. It's normal. It's the same like in school. If you take a classroom, and from 20 kids, you'll have different stages, different levels. It's normal. It's just when you work in academy like here in Belgium, like Henk, or like in PSV, what I did before of Ajax, you'll have selected kids. All the kids have one level, is better and better. But if you work with a different level of kids, you need also there not to divide it in worse and bad, but to try to make, how I can call that, balance, to give the balance to put the kids in the right level, and that will help to develop. But it's important to have the methodic that will help learn easy is very important, and fast. That is my answer.
Oké, is goed. Mihai, die tweede vraag van die meneer voor Captain Turkey, hij zegt de plaats voor techniek training op de spelen krijgt kleine plaats, maar soms wil je zien de grote plaats. es beter, wir machen kleine Platz für die Spieler, als wir trainen Technik.
Yeah, listen to me. So it's
In
very
English,
good question
Marco.
from the coach. You can work like, you see that when you start, you need to have smaller space. Like now, I give example. I built. We start the last 2 weeks here in Belgium with the training. So I need to build spaces because we need to have 1 meter 50 distance between the players. So I work on squares like 6 meter wide, 10 meter deep, and I give 4 meter distance, and you put the next one 10. So I give example. It's working between 6 meter wide on 24 meter deep. You see that you can play with distance, but important is to have small areas to learn the skills in the small area, and then you can play the same like with elastic with the distance from the shorter to the longer to the wider to the deeper. It depends what's in line, but for sure it's better to start in the smaller squares where the kids and we have for sure more control. But it's important to have the quality, to keep the quality, not put all the kids together. You see that you need to have space to create the right space for this kind of the training. But for sure, in the smaller area, it's very important.
Thank you so much, coach. معنا سؤال مع الكابتن عبد الرضا. السلام عليكم كابتن عبد الرضا. كابتن عبد الرضا موجود؟ كابتن عبد الرضا. كابتن عبد الرضا. افتح الميكرو بتاعك كابتن عبد الرضا.
ايوه اوكي. السلام عليكم.
اوكي. السلام عليكم
ورحمة
الله.
وعليكم السلام.
يعطيكم العافيه جميعا.
شكرا على التفاعل بتاعك. اذا في امكانيه السؤال بالانجليزيه والا
إن شاء الله.
بالعربي.
Hello coach, how are you coach? Fine.
Fine, thank you, inshallah.
Thank you for everything. Very interesting presentation. My question, I have first question, please, about the training 1 against 1, the exercise 1 against 1. I need to know the times. How you work with the times? Yeah, this first question. Second question, how make session training for category teams for youth from under 13 to under 18. And last question, please, coach. What do you think? What's your idea about the system? Which best system for the category? Thank you, coach.
Okay, good. So the time from technical training, you can put the technical training like you say 1v1, maybe 2 times in the week. Of in the younger age, you can put in every training. Can be in every training. If you ask me about the time, how long I do 1v1, you can see the kids in the younger ages, they are very strong and they are not get tired. What I'm doing between 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. When they score, I stop, you know. And we have a lot of time to get fit because I work maybe we broke with 8 players. So I'm not looking all the time because when the intensity is going down, you need to give them water break. That will be very, very easy. On the older ages, there is I think from 15 like that, 14, 15, when the body is changing, then you need to be careful and to look between the 1 minute, 150 second, 1 minute to make action. So it's important to manage a little bit this kind of things. But the time is for me not important because I'm looking just how fit the kids are and the action. If the action it's still intensive, the kids are ready to make it, you know, it's no problem. Other question was about the category team, how I build. I think I've shown you the framework, and the technical training will be from every category, will be from the 6-year-old until the 21. What is changing in all these things is changing the distance, for sure, the time, and the utopic, the thema. Every time if I work with the 16-year-old boy, for sure, we start with crossing ball, we start with aggressive heading, we start with more distance from 1v1. And on the younger ages will be the same exercise almost, but the distance is more shorter. You see that? And the older ages will be example. We can make the striker training when you put the goalkeeper coach with the goalkeepers. We put 2 goalkeepers. I will take Bakri and say, okay, Bakri, you are the goalkeeper coach. You need to give the int or the help for the goalkeepers. And I work with the midfielders and I work with the strikers. We start with the crossing the ball. They will need to head. And after that, we can change. We can get the ball from the position 10 to the striker. They can get the ball, they can turn and can go 1v1 against the goalkeeper. And it's very important now that the goalkeeper coach will give the right information to his goalkeepers. And in this situation, you see that we build special training also for the older ages, can be 18, 16, 19, also for under 21. Also, these players need still technical training, because if you are not working on your cross ball, and when you get cross ball in the game, it's not heading. Why not heading? But how many cross ball working on a training session? No one. It's not possible like that. You see that? So it's something like that. That is a little bit my answer on your question. I hope that you are with me and you can understand what I mean. But if you think others, please ask me and I will answer.
Okay, Coach Mihai, thank you. We will pass now. نروح الآن شباب لسؤال الكابتن أحمد جمعة. كابتن أحمد جمعة.
عليكم. السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم coach. How is going?
أنا يعني بصراحة بارك الله بكم على هذا التجمع وهاي المحاضرات القيمة، وبصراحة المحاضر كان متميز ومحاضرة قيمة. بس عندي شقين، الشق الأول عندي إضافة أو وجهة نظر، والثاني عندي سؤال إذا أمكن. وجهة نظري أنه أنا من خلال تجربة وعمل بصراحة وجدت أنه تطوير المهارة في المساحات المحددة small side game، أنه أكو تفاصيل تسبق هاي، يعني تسبق أو خلال تطوير اللاعب بالجانب المهاري. مثلا وجدت أنه تطوير خلال عمل small side game، تطوير خلق الفراغات وخلق المساحة باللعب للاعب مهمة جدا في حال استحواذه على الكرة أو بدون كرة. هاي رقم واحد. اثنين، وجود أهمية لتطوير اللمسة الأولى بالملعب وتحت الضغط، لأن هاي اللمسة الأولى بها جوانب تخلصها من هاي من الضغط اللي موجود خلال هاي المساحات الصغيرة. ثلاثة، وجدت الرؤية للاعب اللي عنده كرة واللاعب اللي ما عنده كرة واتخاذ القرار. هاي الأربع نقاط صراحة أنا وجهة نظري إذا اشتغلنا عليها في المساحات المحددة السمول سايد جيم راح يعني تطور من المهارات اللي هو تكلم عليها، الواحد ضد واحد، اثنين ضد واحد، وتسلسل بالتدريبات. أنا إذا خلقت هاي المرتكزات اللي تكلمت عليها الأربعة، خلق المساحات، اللاعب المستحوذ للكرة واللي ما عنده كرة، والرؤية للاعب اللي عنده كرة والما عنده كرة، واتخاذ القرار واللمسة الأولى. هذني إذا عملنا عليهم بالتدريب خلال السمول سايد جيم راح تطور من المهارة وتكون عملية أداء المهارة بشكل جيد جدا. هاي واحد. سؤالي للأستاذ المحاضر، ما هو الفرق إذا تريد بالعربي أو بالإنجليزي إذا ما عندي مشكلة. What's the difference between training small side game or rondo؟ هذا سؤالي. أما الملاحظة الأولى أتمنى يعني توصل لي إياه حتى أعرف وجهة نظرك يعني.
Yes, the difference.
شكرا جزيلا.
Moment, Mihai, er is te beginnen alsjeblieft te proberen kort te vragen, omdat we hebben alleen nog bijna 15 minuten. Oké?
Ja, maar de vraag is veel te lang, maar ik weet niet wat ik zeg. Dan moet je me even vertellen. Dan kan ik de antwoorden.
Proberen maximum kort. Geef hem antwoord voor wat hij vraagt nu. Voor wat de vriend voor de small side game en die andere.
Ja, dit is een heel goede vraag. This is a very good question.
In English.
Yes, it's a very good question. So you have the small size game. The small size game, all the time you can score. And the possession, the rondos, you can have the goal to score. And if you ask me if I use this kind of rondos, I can do also with the younger ages, but I play with the distance. If the quality of the kids is not so good, I make bigger square, so defender will be slowly, so they will get will have the time to play the ball. But the most important is, for your question, is like the more size game it's different because they have the goals. We have the goals we can score. It's closer by the real game. And the rondos is just a part, it's just a drill of, you understand? So like that I see the rondos a drill of apart from all the process, because the small size games is a game. The rondos is not a game, it's just a part of, it's a pre-game, what you can maybe can help you. You can score, maybe you say, okay, you can have team passes, you have 1 point, but it's not the same like I score in a goal. Okay?
Okay.
You are with I don't know.
Okay, Coach Mihai, thank you. We will pass now to Coach Anas.
Hello.
Coach Anas, تفضل. عماد قصة معاش عندك معاش باين طول.
Hi, Coach Mihai. Thank you for your presentation today. So I have 2 questions. Today we speak about technical training. Now I have 2 questions in other sides. The first question is, in which age we start to learn a post notion for children, such as defender, midfielder, forward? And second question is, in which age we can start to work physical training for children?
Okay. The first question was like, can you please again the first question, please? Can you repeat?
In which age we start to learn for children a post notion, like
tactical
defender, like tactical notion.
Okay, so in my opinion, it's what I work with the kids now. So if you work with the kids, you need to speak the language of the kid. If you look to Guardiola or to Mourinho, and we will take all the stuff and we're going to work with 6 or 7 year old, it will be difficult. So we need, so that we learn also in the school. I remember that this is also one point what Guy Beckers tell us before. Speak the language of your child, because if you start with difficult things, our kids will not understand. So you need to be closer from this age. Okay, if I want to say defending, if you have the ball, you make the pitch big. If you don't have the ball, make the pitch close. So makes sense. The kids like you have the big airplane, you have the smaller, you have the big house, you make the smaller house. So you see that makes sense, like the diamond, You learn them to have the diamond, to stay in diamond or in triangle. Say you make the big, a big, small. So when you make the small, the team and defend, you will defend much better than you stay wider. You see that? So this kind of language you can use from the 6-year, 7-year-old. It's very easy. But the notion, it's very simple things to explain them. So, and if you find the key to do like that, you will become very great coach in the youth development. But if you try to bring all the Guardiolas and Mourinho inside, then it will be very difficult for our players. The next question was about the physical. So you see that in the younger ages, what you think we're going to do physical? So it's about the coordination. It's also physical. Physical is coordination. Physical is balance. Motorical things is physical. All these kind of things we can learn them. You see, everything what you do to your own body, you can do sport like before. You know, it's very important. But you must be careful if you're working with the weights and all the stuff. You must starting from the older ages, after 14, 15. And also the physical training, I am no specialist inside, but I know terms and I know what I need to do. When you work with older ages, you need to be like I do, like periodization, like planning, you know, what I work, when I work, which age, because you know, the most of kids, like example in Europe, between 13, 14-year-old, they have different period to grow, you know, to grow up. And if you work very hard with them, will be destabilized, you know, they will get problem, they will get injuries with the knees. You see that as coach must be very, very careful with that. You need to meet the kids after 13, 14, maybe 11. When you saw the kid that you grew very fast, you need every week to meet them, the weight and the height. Then you have from the start a good information. You see that? This is my idea, and I think are better specialists in this work, and I think will be a great union, as I tell you now.
Thank you coach. شكرا كابتن أنس، مشكور بقى. معنا الكابتن يحيى بودينا، تفضل. حاول ديما نختصر السؤال كابتن.
السلام عليكم، تسمعني؟ نعم، السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم.
سلام.
How are you, my friend?
Guten Abend, trainer.
Guten Abend.
Yeah, thank for diesen Vortrag, and I speak in English for my question. First, coach, nobody forget or disagrees about the importance of using small city game for 7 years or the 5 years to the first team, okay, for to improve performance, and there are thousands and thousands of exercises according to the target, okay?
Sure.
We are okay. Okay. Now is starting based on the rule that says the young player teach by playing according to the condition appropriate for each category, and the coach must teach young player a rule as they train, they play, and as they play, they train. Okay. My question now is, how do we make small set game or training philosophy or training methodology to develop various elements of physical, skill, tactical, and mental performance? I mean, how I make small seeded game the focus of the trainer session, not part of it. And thank you.
Okay, so it's a very good question. So I think, yeah, it's important to understand what you are telling, because it's very, very good. If you saw my I think that you talk about it, my exercises is there things what I develop myself. So I stay on my laptop and I was thinking, and I draw every day. I do, that is one of my specialty to make exercise, to not just kind of game, but also I make different exercises. I think in this kind of small side game, everything is inside. If you talk about mentality, you play 1v1. I need to have grinta. I need to beat you. You know, you see, you build mentality, winner mentality. When you go, I tell you before, then we go 2v2 or 2v1, then you play with your teammates. When you go with 3v3, then we start the shape, we made a triangle. Now we go a little bit tactical, in the tactical way, I mean. But we don't try to explain them like Guardiola and Mourinho. We try the easy way all the time. So the kids will learn from the beginning very, very good and very easy and fast, for sure. That I want, it's very important to me, to learn them fast, to see the result, not to see the result of the game. I win 20-0 against I don't know what, because in our practice, the result is not so important. It's important, the result. The player is my result. If the player develop, it's my result. So everything what you ask me, the tactical, the mental, the physical, will be inside. Because I saw now, like in Holland, you have Raymond Verheyen. In Portugal, you have Vitor Frade, who started with tactical periodization. So all these physical coaches, they start to use for the senior players small size games. And I can ask also Guy Beckers, here will be agree with me also on those program of the periodization. The small size games are part of. If you hear about Guardiola, of Klopp, of Pochettino, all they are using and his practice small size games. For sure, they are looking there for the physical. For sure, they're mating everything because they have installation GPS, they have Polar, they have physical coach, and they will get with this game, they will get the tactical, they will get the technical, they will get the winner mentality, and they will get the physical. All those things are inside. And also for sure, I talk about the mental, but mental I also for the cognitive development, because the kids will learn to have solution, fast solution in the short time, and this is very important. It's a little bit my answer to your question. I hope that will match each other.
Thank you, coach, so much. Thank you. شكرا كابتن شهيد. روحوا الكابتن سفيان. كابتن سفيان.
السلام عليكم.
تفضل.
السلام عليكم جميع. أول شيء بسم How are you, coach? Good afternoon.
Fine.
First, أود أشكر كل القائمين على هذه المبادرة وتحية خالصة لجميع المدربين إخواني المدربين. في البداية السؤال على شطرين. كيف يمكن في 1 versus 1
Yes.
1 versus 1 you have defensively and attacking.
Yes, defending.
You can focus for the both, or will separate defensively alone and attacking alone.
You remember, it's very, very good, and I'm happy that you enjoyed this question and you asked me with the question. You have made part of one of my seminars in Qatar, and also you have been active as player when you made the seminar in Al Sadd.
Yeah.
So if you remember, in Al Sadd we start with the warming up, and we had the manipulation of the introduction drills with opponent, defend, and attack. And you know what I do for the kids, I learn them also to defend at the same time, because if they learn something wrong, after that will be difficult to learn them out, you know. So it's important when you do this training skills, like I have the opponent like semi-active, I will say to defender, okay, stay down, stay close, move, make difficult to the attacker. So also he will learn to move with the ball. He will learn in the same time, both of them, because you know we change very fast from attack and defend, because this is transition. And also these things are coming in a small size game. This is one of my preferred things, because the football is transition all the time. Attack, defend, attack, and the time between. So the kids will learn, and Sofia, it's not wrong if you learn them in the same time. You will give the in, say, okay, you keep the body like that, you stay closer, stay down, move, let I think if you remember, I tell you all the time, bring him inside and go outside for the attacker, and the defender make the move to stay close to the ball, to don't give too much space to attacker. So those things they will learn, because they will do one time will be attacker, one time will be defender. So they will feel in the same time. You see that?
Okay. And in the training 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 2, what the training or what the exercise we can edit with the same this 1 versus 1, because in the session. So what kind we can edit for 1 versus 1 or 2?
If you saw the presentation, so you have a framework like the training, how it's starting, and then you need to close your eyes and remember the training from outside. We start with warming up. We make many skills inside the sides. We see the activation of our body. Then we change. Then we say, okay, now the theme from today, because we put the periodization. We say we have the frontal, you have the sides, you have the back. Okay, if today we have the frontal and we work with, I give 10-year-old guys, okay, we build drills like 3 players, 4 players with passes, we put the pressure, and then we got with the defenders, active defenders, we work with the zones. We say, okay, on the line, we work directly with scoring, with goals. You see that we can make 1v1 from the passes from the coach to make fake move the right, ask the ball to left, hit turn and you score. You see, if you get this framework, what I saw in the presentation, from this you can develop a lot of things. But maybe next time I will explain more deeper if I will be with you to be on pitch, because there it's more I can tell you, more efficient and more powerful.
Thank you so much, coach. شكرا كابتن سفيان، مشكور على السؤال بتاعك. Thank you so much for the coach for the presentation.
Don't finish. Last question, Ahmed.
And now we will give the Captain عبد القادر to say something. الحين مع الكابتن عبد القادر.
Tell to Sofian to write in the message and I will answer him later the question. No problem.
No problem.
Yes, if you have, write the question, Sofian, and I answer you in private also. No problem. I will answer the question. Okay? Inshallah.
Okay.
Nice to see you, my friend. Yeah, tell. Now we can tell. Tell now. You have time. You get the time. Fast the question, Sofian.
Okay. For the session you have in the last, you have practice match. In the practice match, what's the rule? What the rule to tell the player for the match to
if you remember, we play 4v4 in our game, and you see that if we work in the frontal side, you say, okay, if you beat the first opponent, you beat him with the move, we'll get extra point. You see, all these things will help the kids, and they give a lot of trust to use it in the game, because that I want to do. I learn something to have solution in the game. My technical training is not to be a part of the circus, to do moves and they say, okay, is this that? No. I want to see that you can beat the opponent in the game. And I think this is our main goal on the end of the day and the practice, to what you learn, you put in the game. And then it's how you train, so you play. And this is very easy. It's very simple. And remember the game what we did in Al-Sad was the same. We start with this 1v1, we go 2v1, we 2, and then we give progression. Who scored the ball, we will get directly the ball. So you need to be also focused and concentrated, and to be able to go out for the pressure and to score. But we did before in our practice. So everything what we did before in our practice, we'll see back in our game. And then for sure on the end of the week, on Sunday of Saturday on official game, you expect from the kids to see everything from your practice. I think this
okay, Mihai.
Okay, thank you, Sofian.
Okay.
Tell me. I don't hear very well now.
Thank you, coach.
Now it's better.
شكرا كابتن. نختم كابتن.
How is going?
Okay, كابتن.
صوتي واصل.
واصل.
اوكي.
الله يعطيكم الصحة والعافية كابتن ايان، كابتن عماد، كابتن بكري. شكرا لجميع المدربين، وان شاء الله بكره مع كابتن عمار سويح. الله يعطيكم الصحة والعافية.
شكرا لك كابتن.
ثانك يو سو ماتش كابتن، وان شاء الله بكره يا كابتن الكل في الموعد ان شاء الله.